Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto Freed an Ancient Being, Part 2. Now, can I say one thing? I uploaded, Part 1, like, 3 days ago? Was it 4 or 3? Oh, wait. So yeah, I uploaded it like 3 days ago, and how the fuck did it already hit 1.1k views? Shit, I thought this was like, what if it's about to hit like, I don't know, at least 500 at least, in like 4 days? Not the first like day just hits already 1k. No, I'm just saying. I see that a lot of fucking people liked it. I guess. I actually didn't see the like review. I just saw the fucking view count. I'm like, what the hell? I must be fucking tripping or something. That's what I thought myself. Until I just, actually shut the fuck up. But yeah, if you really do like this What If, which I'm guessing people liked it, or they just clicked on that wondering what the fuck it was about. But other than that, if you liked it, yeah, I'm doing part 2 of it. And I did finish what's it called, What If Naruto was the reincarnation of Karma Akabas. So yeah. So next is gonna be this What If. Other than that, it's gonna be What If Naruto was the reincarnation of Benjimaru, Shigaraki, and Dabi. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. Wait, before I go on, go subscribe to Anime Sensei, Iconic What Ifs, and even Obito What Ifs. And yeah, the links will be in the description. Other than that, no recaps because I'm too fucking lazy. If you want to go know what happened, go, I guess, watch part 1. You probably already know what's happening, but hey, whatever. So, we go into Naruto. Naruto is going back to the Leaf Village after he was 12 years old. Naruto is way stronger. He's also way taller. Naruto, I forgot, when he turned 12 years old, he is a height of 5'7". He's pretty tall for being a 12-year-old. But yeah. Of course, with Naruto being 5'7", I should also mention Naruto also became kind of ripped and all that. Much ripped. Also, his hair is really long. It's kind of long like Loki's. I forgot how long Loki's was. I think it was like near his shoulder at least. Or below more shoulder. I have no clue. I forgot. But of course, it's pretty long. And of course, it is the color of yellow with highlights of orange. Because he is a descendant of Loki. Now, I know what to do for this What If. I actually have an idea on how to finish it. But other than that, let me continue. Of course, Naruto is going back. Of course, he has what's it called, Finro inside. Like, Finro decided to somehow seal himself inside. Well, not seal himself. Kind of. Well, not seal himself. Mostly Naruto made a dimension that Finro can go in, can also talk through Naruto's mind, and can see what Naruto's seeing somewhat. It's somewhat a dimension inside his body, so it would be like the mindscape, but he won't be sealed. Finro will not be sealed. If Finro can easily come outside and beat the fuck out of anyone. It's like a summoning pack somewhat. Similar to Kurama's case, but not really. So yeah. Of course, through Naruto, he's going back to the village. He has no shirt because, well, shit. He had no shirt for, like, a couple of past years. His shirt was all ripped and torn, so of course he just took that shit off and didn't care. Train with no shirt because, yeah. Of course, where he got pants is mostly kind of beat the crap out of bandits and took their fucking pants. Yeah, Naruto didn't give two fucks. He just took the money and all that. Sometimes he really didn't give a fuck, but he needed the money because he knew about this goddamn ninja world. So yeah. He also doesn't take any of the weapons because Naruto, he really doesn't need any of the weapons. I forgot if Loki had a weapon. Wait. So Loki did have a weapon. It was a sword. I'm not gonna try to say the name because it looks so fucking difficult that I don't care that much. For some reason, it has the A and the E merge into the name, and I'm like, how the fuck do you even say that? Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. I'll go get Google Translate there, but yeah. Is Naruto gonna have Loki's weapon? Well, kinda, because really it doesn't really say if really. Well, I mean, I've read about it. I saw the weapon, what it kind of looks like because I searched it up. Yeah, you might screw it. It's a sword anyway. So yeah, he will have it later. I will mention how he will get it later. But of course, Naruto, he is a genius kid at the same time. He's only 12, and his IQ is actually smarter than anyone in the damn village. I should also mention that he's also a trickster. So, he is similar to Loki's, very trickstery, and he will, well, give you an advantage, but also give you a disadvantage. That's what Loki is. He's basically a trickster that tricks gods and his enemies. Yeah, the gods see him. Oh, okay, we have a great advantage because he had that great idea. At the same time, disadvantage because they will kind of get fucked up also. So yeah, Naruto is just kind of balanced, somewhat balanced like that. So yeah, Naruto, he's going to the Leaf Village, and of course, this is where Naruto has no shoes. He has no sandals. Naruto is just walking over there. This is where, well, Naruto, he gets to what's it called, the Leaf Village, and of course he goes through the gates, and there's like no one in the gates. I should mention one thing. Everyone, well, all like the Jonies and all that would be what's called going towards what's it called. Well, kind of training some of the Genins because today is the graduation day for Genins. And since there's no one in the gates, Naruto just walk through that shit. Now, Naruto can't really change his look and all that. He did change his whisker marks by getting rid of them. But other than that, he just looks like a homeless kid that looks like he just came back from like a fucking 5-year, million-year time skip of training. Because Naruto's muscles are so ripped, but he isn't like buff. He is like kind of like, he looks skinny, of course, but he isn't like bulky, okay? So he does have muscles, but they aren't like bulky. So he just looks like his muscles are kind of, they look ripped as hell, but they're not as, okay, you get the point. But of course, Naruto's just walking, and of course, for Naruto, he says, so I have money, what's it called, Kurama. Hey Kurama, can you listen to me? Kurama says, what the hell do you want? Since I have the money from taking it all away from the bandits, should I go buy clothes? Kurama says, what the fuck do you think you should do? Naruto says, I don't know, burn down the village. That too! I mean, that is a good fucking point there, Naruto. Naruto says, see? Let me go buy some explosives real fast. You know the fucking third Hokage isn't gonna let you do it though. I don't care about him. That's where Kurama says, even if you don't care, he will try to stop you anyway, and try to take out me again from your body. But will try to take your body away. And will try to, I don't know, slap some jutsu of erasing your memory and all that. And to make you, well, a weapon for Konoha. You know how this fucking village, well, people work, right, Naruto? Naruto says, yeah, I know. Should I also change my hair color or what? Well, you change your whisker marks and some of the villagers are so fucking dense. And the last time they saw you, you had short hair. And you were like, I don't know. How tall were you again when you were like 7? This is what Naruto says. I think I was like 3'9" or something. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna remember you after that time. You're right now 5'7", 12 years old and rip as fuck. Have long yellow hair, but also have highlights of orange. I don't think anyone's gonna remember you. Damn, if they remember you, then damn. They either were that type of person to hate you, hate your guts and all that, and still remember you, or it's just some random person remembering their fucking past. This is where Naruto says, facts, got it. Naruto decides to go to, well, a clothing shop. But not any clothing shop. He goes into an actual weapon shop just to actually get like armor clothing instead of like actual civilian clothing. He goes into Higarashi's shop. This is where Higurashi is confused. Why the fuck is there this kid with just pants, no shoes, no shirt, and has a long ass hair? and rip as fuck at the time. Like, what the fuck? Who is this kid? Whose child is this? Higurashi thought, like, what the hell? Naruto, he looks around, and of course he finds clothing that he actually likes. He finds a sort of a shirt that was actually black, like a black shirt. And he also gets what's it called, a green kind of, it also has some silver color into it, like silver decoration into this like green coat. He grabs that. He sees the pants that like matches up with the coat and all. It's like a darker, kind of darker, much green, but still has a little bit of silver on the what's it called, pants. And in the sandals section that he found what's it called, well, black boots, which, did the gods wear boots or shoes? I don't think they wear any shoes. I don't think so. But nah, it's just sandals that he just found, and he tried them up. Tried them on first, and of course they are good because they also have metal on it, and of course they aren't even heavy as Naruto. Naruto actually picked what's it called, heavy clothing. These clothing is heavy enough to kind of make anyone fall down to the ground. These are actually weighted clothing, and Naruto picked them up like it's nothing. Naruto did feel the weight, but he didn't care. He really liked the clothing though. He liked the how it looks like and all that. It also did give him protection. This is where Naruto, he goes up to the what's it, a cashier, okay? Yeah. Of course he goes up. He puts like the clothing and other things on there, and of course this is where Higurashi just look at him and confused. Naruto says, "I'll be lucky." Naruto says it in the most like kind of like strangest way. He says, "I would like to buy the fine clothes, sir." This is where, well, Higurashi says, "Okay, whatever. Do you even have the money?" Higurashi said. And Naruto says, "Yes, I do." This is where Higurashi says, "Whatever. It will be this much." Naruto actually had enough for it, so of course Naruto pulled out like bags. Well, out of nowhere, he like makes a portal, grabs some bags, like grab one big ass bag and gives it to Higurashi and says, "I don't know how much that is, but it'll probably be enough." Higurashi says, "Okay, you a strange ass kid, but I don't care. How much is this anyway?" Naruto says, "Don't know. Don't care. Thanks for what's it called?" Naruto says, "Thanks for the clothes. Bye." This is where Higurashi opens the bag, and there's like a bunch of fucking cash in there. Naruto actually has a dimension where he puts all his money in. All the money that he managed to like store up from bandits, from people. And Naruto is not hesitating in killing anyone. He killed people before. He was actually helped with Finro and Kurama to kill things without even a second thought. So of course he doesn't think. He kills anyone that pisses him off. So yeah. Finro always tells him to don't think in the middle of the battle. Well, still think, but still like not overthink it. Mostly fight and kill it, not overthink anything. So of course Naruto is basically, he was trained by Finro and Kurama, and Finro, he doesn't care about any of you fuckers. Like any human, he will murder you. He doesn't care about if you're a human, a god. Actually, the only people that he probably cares is, well, his sister, Hannah, Hela. Okay, basically his sister being the god of, well, death, and his brother, who I'm not gonna try to say his long ass name. I know someone's gonna say, but I already told you in the comments, bro. I'm not gonna try to fucking pronounce it. So fair, it's just super long. I'm just not gonna care. Basically, he is the serpent of the world or something, if I remember right. If I actually, yeah, or was he sent to the sea? I can't remember. Whatever. But of course, his other brother, that's actually like another big ass serpent. And his, well, mother and father, his mother being a giant and his father being Loki, and well, his actually kind of descendant nephew Naruto. And that's all he cares. Kurama, he gives no fuck. If he can fight Kurama, he will probably already fucking fight him and beat his ass for being damn annoying to Naruto. But yeah. Of course, both Kurama and what's it called, Finro does not get along with each other. Finro sees what's it called, him being much more superior, stronger, and faster than Kurama, and more powerful. While Kurama sees the same, but he's only half, and he's only the evil version, and he has a what's it called, arrogance, what's it called, the same arrogance, just like Finro, but of course he thinks he's stronger than Finro. Of course, with that happening, they both get angry at each other and actually have multiple fights and tantrums in Naruto's mind half the time. This is where Naruto always disconnects both of them so he can actually think, because they both kind of yell in his mind. But yeah. Of course, this is where, well, we go into Naruto kind of changing from the alleyway. Like, I should also mention that Naruto also did buy fucking underwear, but yeah. He kind of went to the clothing shop first. First put on his, like, what's it called? Like, clothes first, his way to clothes. Went into the clothing shop because I don't think any of them would like him being like without no shirt. Naruto, he buys some underwear and just put it on, and like he takes all his clothes off the alleyway without being embarrassed. He does not care. He just like takes that shit off and like not even embarrassed. Like some people might walk past and saw some dude that had no clothes, not even his underwear, just putting that shit on the fuck right in front of them. They were embarrassed and walked the fuck away. They thought they were tripping balls for a second, but yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto, he didn't care who was looking at him or nothing. He doesn't care. If Loki didn't care at the same time, he doesn't care. This is where Naruto says, put on all his pants, put on his sandals, like his sandals boots. They're kind of like sandals, but they're also kind of similar to boots. Because they are like somewhat like sandals and all that, but they're kind of longer to be like a boot, sandal, whatever. But of course, they are kind of like a darkish, greenish color that kind of has some silver in it. But yeah, he puts that on. Puts on his green shirt. Puts, well, his kind of, not green shirt, black shirt. Puts on the green coat. And of course, this is where Naruto says, so much better. Well, I really don't like wearing these clothings, but they're still pretty good. They're fashionable. I feel like I'm missing something in my head. Whatever, I'll go figure out what I will need in my head. This is where Finro did, like, actually managed to connect back into Naruto and talk to him about saying, oh, well, you probably would need, like, a helmet to kind of show that you're basically the son of Loki. This is where Naruto says, a helmet, you say? Yes. The last time, what's it called? The helmet of, well, actually, not a helmet, mostly. It's like he says, oh, you will kind of need, what's it called, to grow kind of something that Loki kind of had, or, well, my father. Kind of horns. So in the Northern mythology, I think Loki had horns, if I can remember right. I think that's what's the description or something. Or am I thinking of too much of Loki from Marvel? God, I'm thinking too much of Loki from Marvel. Too much, mostly. But, I mean, I'm kind of merging a little bit from Loki's kind of from Marvel, also from the Northern mythology. But other than that, yeah, I'm kind of mixing up a little bit. But whatever. Of course, this is where Naruto, he's like, just saying, so, okay, so, wait, I would need a helmet or horns? That's where what's called Finro says horns. But I did see them growing in your hair last time when we were training. That's where Naruto says, those things are horns that I have? Yeah, but your hair covers them too much, so of course it's not going to be as big as when you actually grow up and become taller and, well, be able to grow more. So yeah, I don't know how tall they will be like Loki's, or they will either be like Loki's or not, but yeah. Naruto says, okay, very interesting. Naruto can also shapeshift into anything, but he's just gonna stay as this kind of looking like a little bit like himself, and at the same time looking a little bit like Loki. But of course, he did change his blondish hair to a kind of, well, he kind of changed his blondish hair and his highlights with orange to having, well, not red hair, like black hair, but with orange highlights. That's why Naruto says, You think this is good enough? Hiding away from any person that might think of me as the Ford Okage or anything like that? Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Why wouldn't you just change it for the orange? Naruto says, I'll do that later. I don't want them to actually think that, what they call, I'm some kind of, I don't know, god, if you think about it. Maybe someone has information on Loki and they're gonna think I'm some kind of god reincarnation or something like that. Naruto says, fair enough. That's what Naruto says. Well, other than that, let's go. That's when Naruto's walking around, and he is going to the library to take any jutsus he's gonna find. Of course, this is where a ninja stops him and says, hey, aren't you from the academy? Naruto says, academy? That's when the ninja realizes that he might be just talking to some kid that is not even from the academy, so he says, oh, I'm sorry. He walks away. Naruto says, what the hell is the academy? This is where Kurama says it's kind of like somewhat like a ninja training for like a bunch of children. That's how they become shinobis. Idiot. Naruto says, how the fuck am I gonna know about that, you moron? Kurama says, hey, don't call me a moron, you fucking... This is where Fernando says, what the hell did you wear? What are you calling my little nephew about? This is where Kurama says, shut the fuck up, you fucking overgrown wolf. How about you shut the fuck up, you overgrown fucking fox? They kind of start bickering, and yeah, Naruto says, whatever. Okay, so, gotta somehow sneak into the library. I can just shapeshift. Naruto shapeshift into looking like that Jonin that kind of walked past. It was just some random Jonin. And of course, it wasn't like Kakashi Asuma or anything like that. He walks in, he goes into the library. The library says, aren't you supposed to be in the academy? Naruto says, I'm sorry, madam. I'm trying to get some jutsus before I actually start into training my students. This is where the librarian says, okay, I'll let you in. So, of course, Naruto's let into the jutsu section. And Naruto says, thank you, madam. So, these will be the... Sorry, I'm still kind of new. I'm mostly a taijutsu user. And I just got promoted Jonin last time. That's where the librarian says, okay. These are... She, points out, these are, the E-rank jutsus D, C, A, B. So mostly, since these are fresh out of academies, she was saying these would be the best jutsu for them to learn, mostly the E or D. Or if they're lucky enough, they could probably learn C rank. But nothing over B or A. Naruto nodded and says, thank you, madam. That's where the madam says, what's it called? The librarian says, you're welcome. Naruto says, what's behind that door anyway? He saw two ambus. This is where the librarian says, those are what's it called? Those are either clan head jutsus or S-rank jutsus. Well, not S-rank jutsus. Those are mostly, A to S-rank jutsus. And, well, also kind of clan head jutsus. Like the Hyuga, the Uchiha, or anything like that. Some Hyugas didn't want to put their, styles in it. So, of course, they kind of made some random jutsus and put it in the, what's it called? Well, for, that section because they still wanted to show off the Uchiha saying they're stronger, but yeah. Naruto nodded and says, thank you then. This is where the librarian walks away, and Naruto says, I just gotta get some, what's it called? Nice, dangerous jutsus, don't you think, Kurama? Kurama says, maybe we should get the C-rank jutsus. Maybe that's how high enough for jutsu. Naruto says, shut the fuck up. I know my chakra power, what's it called? Chakra abilities are strong enough to hold any kind of jutsu. Besides, you trained me enough for 5 fucking years in chakra control. And my chakra control is now perfect. It's now so potent that I'm able to, stick into trees without even using my full feet in it. Just my toes. So yeah, Naruto can stick into the tree using one big toe. And not even hold on with his other feet or anything like that. Just one big toe. Yeah, Naruto's chakra is so potent he can now just do a lot of things. Here's where, Kurama says, yeah, I helped you with that. I also helped you with fire element because that was mostly the highest affinity you can actually use. Naruto says, true. Naruto did manage to spit fire out of his mouth without any hand signs because he puts chakra into his stomach and he thinks of the element which one he wants to use, and it's fire, and he can breathe out a large, very, very hot, white flames from his like mouth. And of course, is where, well, it burns or anything. So Naruto has a very high infinity to fire. Any jutsu that he ever used, or will ever use, and well, I'm gonna explain this. Any jutsu that he ever uses will spit out white flames instead of a normal orangey flames, or reddish flames, or even blue flames. It will always be white. Naruto has the most potent and most highest infinity to fire, even higher than Madara Uchiha himself. This is where Kurama also did teach him one jutsu that he can remember from kind of meeting Madara, Majestic Flame Destroyer, or Majestic Destroyer Flames, yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto is always interested in that jutsu. He can use it, and it's a very high-ranking jutsu for Uchihas, especially when it's the same signature jutsu for Madara Uchiha, which Naruto can somewhat respect Madara Uchiha, not much. He kind of looks at Madara being just weaker than him, but yeah. And of course, kind of stupider than him, then instead of killing the first Hokage. Because Madara, he probably will not be able to kill what's called Hashirama, but yeah. And just Naruto says, whatever. He needs a Biju's power to help him kind of fight against Hashirama. Pathetic. Naruto is kind of what's called going through what's called the jutsus and all that. He kind of looks through what's called the E, kind of looks legit, kind of looking through the E, the D, the C rank jutsus. The E rank jutsus are mostly like basic jutsus that aren't excluded for element jutsu just yet. D rank jutsus are excluded with elements into it, like earth wall, water, water gun, fire style, fire needles, and yeah, of course, like lightning style, lightning style, lightning discharge. So yeah, that's one of the mostly D rank jutsus, but they're lower rank. And Naruto says, learning through them, he actually can copy all of them with just one look. He can remember everything. He's a goddamn genius. Naruto, he's only reading through them easily. He's like kind of copying them also, and he decides to also look at what's called some of the the C rank jutsus. Some of the C rank jutsus were like higher than the B ones, so of course like an upper version to them, like an upgrade version to them. So yeah. And since Naruto can just look at them with one glance, he can remember everything. This is where Naruto, he even goes to the B and A rank side. And this is where Naruto, he gets a bunch of like B's and A's. He kind of looks around. He sees one A rank jutsu that's actually said to be somewhat similar to destructive power as an S rank jutsu. This is where this jutsu takes wind style, wind hurricane style. Well, not wind hurricane. It says wind hurricane. Four hurricane style. That's where 4 hurricanes will appear right next to Naruto, blowing everything away from Naruto. It's like a dome, or kind of like a domain, with 4 hurricanes just appearing next to him and destroying everything around him. This is where Naruto kind of just says, interesting. That jutsu would be also fine. So he does like remember it. He also does go through like what's it called, A rank lightning. This what's called lightning style says lightning style, one pillar of light or lightning. This one he reads on it, and it says this jutsu can summon a lightning area that can be struck by lightning, like a pillar of lightning into it, and can make a hole all the way down to almost the crust of the earth. Naruto says they're probably imagining things. This jutsu can't be that deadly, right? Kurama says, we can test it out later. Naruto says, yep. Naruto just copies it. And of course, Naruto's going through more of the A ranks and also B ranks. One B rank, he kind of learns lightning style, lightning murder. Yes, that would be like he just discharged multiple lightning, what's it called, like lightning sparks off his hand, and he can hit anyone in a radius in front of him. So yeah, this is where Naruto also read about a B-rank jutsu of lightning, saying a lightning dome, or like what's it called, lightning barrier, like not barrier, dome, which lightning will appear around him to kind of be in like a dome protection. He also read on the what's called B1 for wind to also be like a wind dome. There's like a little bit of wind jutsus in this library, but he can manage to found them. He also found what's it called A-ranked jutsu for what's it called Fire Cell, and it is Fire Cell Flame Dragon, Flamethrower Dragon. He shoots a long flamethrower that turns into a dragon after it. This is where Naruto takes it, and of course he goes to the water jutsus and even the earth jutsus. Earth style, Earth Dragon. That's where Naruto says, "I'll take that." That's where he looks at the what's called water section and says, "Water style, water tsunami style." This is where Naruto says, "That's a powerful jutsu. Just in case I'm either on the water and I'm running away from ninjas, I can definitely use that to get away from them." Naruto just keep looking around, and he saw the two Amus, and this is where the Amus kind of just looked at him, and Naruto, he appeared right behind him, knocking them already out. That's when Naruto says, so this would be the, what's it called, Forbidden Clan section. Naruto, we go into, well, a time skip of him. 30 minutes later, Naruto walked out with some scrolls, and just like some, C and D and E rank jutsus that kind of make it look more what's called like he actually went to kind of get jutsus for himself. Of course, librarian says, "Wouldn't you be late? You don't want to be late like Akashi Hatake, the most late ninja there is." Naruto says, "Oh, I'm sorry, madam. I just couldn't think of what jutsus my students might be able to use. So yeah, for my advanced jutsu," he said, "for a C-rank jutsu, if any of them has fire style, whoever I get picked with, I want to, well, not whoever I get picked with, whoever I get to picked with, I will kind of give them the fire jutsu if they can actually use it, and to train them with the professional skills." This is where the lady says, okay. So of course, gives him like a copy version of the scrolls that Naruto picked, and these scrolls were just like basic ones that Kurama told him to get, so yeah. So it won't look that suspicious. Naruto put back the Ambus back into the place, and of course, this is where Naruto, he walked away. They almost woke up the next, they woke up 20 seconds later after Naruto leaving, and this is where they say, did we fall asleep? And he's not going to try to ask the other Ambu, and the other Ambu is not trying to ask the other Ambu for if they fell asleep. So yeah, because that'll be kind of embarrassment. And of course, this is where Naruto says, why thank you. Naruto leaves, he puts the scrolls into a dimension, his like other dimension where he puts his money and all that. And of course, Naruto, he leaves, transformed back into his normal self and not looking like the, not Ambu, the Jonin. This is where Naruto says, I now remember all those juices. Now, I can definitely leave. This is where Naruto, he's walking away, and he gets out of the Leaf Village after, well, being in the Leaf Village. Naruto says, Naruto is now on top of like a hill, like going away from the Leaf Village after kind of buying some stuff, and yeah. He also did buy some food before going out of here. He kind of went to like a dongo shop, kind of bought some food and kind of eat it. Uncle saw him, and of course, Uncle didn't really care about who this kid was. And of course, this is where Naruto's delicious with the sweetness. He's like, so delicious. This is where Naruto did buy a couple more plates, and yeah. This is where Uncle did ask, why is our kid here and not at school? Naruto says, who? Oh, I'm not in the academy. She says, huh, interesting. Why do you have so much money though? My parents. What, are they fucking noblemen? Naruto says, not really. They're workermen. And yeah. Naruto never knew about, well, he now knows about his parents being Kushina Uzumaki and Namikaze Minato. And so Naruto knows that there must be some kind of bank vault for what's called both of them. But Naruto is not gonna go try to ask the third Hokage because all of them still thinks that Naruto is dead. And then Naruto thinks about it. Kind of talks to Kurama, thinking it was called. Haruzen might have already sold that bank off towards the the civilians and all that. And Kurama says, "Since you're dead, there's a good chance." Then, how much money do you think my fucking dad or mom had? This is where Kurama says, they probably had tons, like at least billions. So if I rob the bank for like billions of money, do you think I'll be okay with that? Sure. This is where Naruto, he goes, after getting out of the dongle, he did go to the bank, kind of managed to get underground by his, like, amazing skills of magic and all that, to kind of phase through anything. He went into the bank, grabbed so much money and threw it into his, like, what's it called, portal into the dimension. And of course, this is where Naruto left after it, and then walked out of the village. Now Naruto says, "Ho ho ho. I will promise you one thing, Konoha. One day when I get back, I will destroy Konoha for what the pain, the suffering it did to me. You hear me, Konoha? Or you probably can't, and that's a good thing. Goodbye." You all feel the pain, the ghosts of my power, or not the ghost, the power of the kid you think you killed. Naruto walked away, and yeah, Finro says, "That's a good speech there, kid." This is where Kurama, that speech sucked. Naruto says, "Shut the fuck up, Kurama." Kurama says, "I could have done better." This is where Kurama says, well, not Kurama, Naruto says, "Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut up." This is where Naruto, he left the village. You thought that Naruto was going to come back and be a ninja. You thought. Not happening. Naruto is going to do something else. Something else. To revenge on Konoha. So yeah. Of course, we go into Naruto kind of like walking back to the cave he kind of came back. But then this is where he thought of, what the hell do I do next? It's where Kurama says, "Start an ordination." Naruto says, "That's not a bad idea. What would the ordination be about?" Maybe starting a war and bringing all the 5 great nations into their knees. Naruto says, "Kurama, for the ones in your goddamn 9 tail lives, you have a great idea." That's where Kurama says, "Shut the fuck up about my tails." Naruto says, "I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Not really, but okay." Naruto then says, "That's a great idea." That's where Naruto says, "I can call this ordination Ragnarok." Yes. This is where Naruto was told before by Finro about something that was called Ragnarok. Something that will bring war with what's it called, humans and gods and all that. With the demons and other what's called monsters and all. And of course, it never did happen. Finro was told by his father when he was locked away one time, but it was never came true. So of course, Naruto is now thinking of making Ragnarok come into this world and bring the 5 great nations to his knees so he can rule over this world and show no mercy to the 5 great nations. So Naruto says, "I will now call this place Ragnarok, or the nation Ragnarok." That's a catchy name. Finro says, "That is true. But with this ordination, we gotta look for my siblings. My 2 other siblings. They'll be powerful enough to defeat any god that might come back into this world." Naruto says, True. So, first, the ordination I will make. Second, finding what's called my aunts and uncles. Well, finding my other family members. Hena, the goddess of death, and and Naruto finding Jormungand, his kind of uncle. That's where Naruto says, "That is true. I will find those 2. This is where, Naruto goes to make the organization. Now, where does he make this organization, you think of? Well, it is actually in the grass village. Actually, not the grass village, but no, this was actually a village and a place called Darkness Village. Now, of course, this village doesn't have, well, any like ninja orientation or anything there, or like no like nations or anything. And of course, Naruto decided to take over this village, this place that was called Darkness. Well, a darkness continent. Now, the reason why it's called Darkness is, well, there's no sun that actually goes into this place. And any crops that people are trying to make or anything are usually made with what's called, well, a light of this place that kind of comes around. Like insects that kind of makes the glow of the plants kind of grow faster or anything. So yeah, of course, Naruto kind of like takes over this place. And why is it called Darkness if there's no sun coming in? It's because this place is kind of, well, inside. Well, not inside. It's kind of being blocked by a giant tree. A giant tree. And of course, right around it, it's kind of also covered up by walls. So of course, barely any sunlight gets in. Or anything at all. Naruto sees that this will be the perfect place. And this giant tree, it's not like the 10-tailed tree or anything like that. It's just a giant tree. And of course, Naruto says, this place will be good enough. I can change that tree into being a base. Yes, I have the money. I have all of it. I can really make this organization pop up. Or kind of pop off. Ragnarok is closer than I thought. I can finally grasp and bring this world into nothing but pure chaos, Naruto said. This is where Naruto, he goes to, well, this place and kind of like stands tall and sees a bunch of like village kind of trying to work and all that. And this is where Naruto says, hello there, villagers. This is where a bunch of them kind of ignore Naruto. And Naruto says, oh, it seems that all of you are ignoring me. But you see here, I am a powerful sorcerer, Naruto said. I am a powerful sorcerer, a god here, willing to help you all for an exchange of living here. That's where some people kind of ignore him. Some people actually like said, what, a sorcerer? This is where Naruto, he like snapped his fingers and fire appears. This is where Naruto puts it near like kind of floating on top of someone's crops when they were kind of working. This is where he can now see, and of course it does hurt his eyes a little bit. Naruto says, don't look at it too much. Since this place is, well, kind of darkness, and this is the only thing you live for. I am willing to help you all grow your vegetables, fruits, and all them, and make this place a bigger nation if you think about it. I will protect you from any threat if you allow me to be your god. This is where, well, all of them looks at Naruto, and this is where Naruto smiles. Like a freaking kind of, not evil smile, but just a smile at all. He was just smiling. And this is where, well, all of them kind of bow down to their knees because, well, that's the only thing they can do to kind of respect this person. And they can see Naruto's powerful. Well, only with that just small fire attack. Well, not fire attack. It's for a small fireball. They can make float. This is where Naruto smiles, and this is where all of them bows down and says, yes, our great Lord God, what would you like to be called? One of them said. Naruto says, call me Ragnarok. This is where all of them says, yes, Ragnarok, yes. Oh, hell, great Lord Ragnarok. This is where Naruto smiles and says, good. All of these weaklings, that will be good enough for my army. Naruto smiling like a madman. Now we go into a time skip of, well, 5 months. Naruto has, well, made some nice design changes to Darkness, to the, well, country called Darkness. And since he also changed the tree, kind of well, made the tree an actual base. And of course, we're kind of going into this base. It's kind of like a palace to him a little bit, but he kind of made the palace on top of the tree. all the way on the tippity top. And this tree is kind of almost at space level. Now, the reason why none of the other great nations can see this tree is it's because it's so far fucking away. This is where Naruto, he made his like place very far. And of course, this is where Naruto, he made a castle on top of the tree. Now, this only holds on by the tree. But it's a big ass castle. And of course, Naruto also did change what's it called, something from the castle. He can make it float by using what's called magical abilities to kind of make it float. So it wouldn't fall off or anything. Now, of course, this is where Naruto has also made himself a, well, academy of, well, the, what's it called, Darkness Country. An academy for ninjas. Well, not ninjas, warriors. So, of course, he started training the civilian kids, all them other kids and any kids that wanted to be strong warriors to protect our families and all that. Then Naruto kind of promised to make them strong warriors. Just manipulating them like Loki does. Like Loki would do any case. Because Loki is a manipulator. So, yeah. Naruto is building up this nation, telling the kids that they will become strong warriors to protect their beloved ones, or even protect their new god. And Naruto teaches them using magic or even chakra. Some of them actually knew how to learn how to do magic way easier than other people. Some people had magic because they were actually descendants of actual strong magic users a long time ago. And Naruto was smiling, he was giggling, he was excited to meet other people that can use magic. And Naruto unlocked them for them. Unlocked them for those people. For those children mostly. And unlocked them for the others for chakra. Naruto was just giggling like a madman. Naruto says, this, I need more people. More. And more and more and more. When should I release this attack? That's where Kurama says, probably when you're 18. Or, yeah, probably when you're 18, Kurama said. That would be into, I'm 12 right now, right? 6 years. 6 years. Oh, I can do so much with my 6 years. I can't just wait. I can't wait to bring this world into Ragnarok. Rule over this world. After destroying any pathetic creatures trying to stop me, either if they're gods or not. I will rule this world with an iron fist, Naruto laughed. And Naruto was in his kind of castle, just kind of talking to both Kurama and, well, Finro. Finro can go into this castle because this castle is big enough for Finro to be in and can actually be at his, like, huge ass height. And of course he can shrink and he can, yeah. This is where Naruto, he is laughing like a madman. This is where Finro is also laughing. And of course, this is where, well, Naruto, what's it called? The Kage is called in this, what's it called, Darkness Country. It is called the Yami Kage. Yami Kage. Because that means Darkness Kage anyway. That's why Naruto changed it like that. But of course, the Yami Kage is actually controlled by someone else. But Naruto is controlling everything behind the scenes. So of course, he got a commander named Shinkai. Well, not a commander. Someone that was in the village that was actually able to use both magic and chakra. And this person was very good in both the magic and chakra of water nature. It can use as a call both water natures, or both, not water natures, both water magic and water chakra. And Naruto was so happy for this person to have this much power. Now, Shinkai, yeah. Shinkai was his name. And of course, Shinkai is actually, well, not older than Naruto. He's actually, well, what's it called? Kind of the youngest Kage. But he's the most powerful Kage. And he's incredibly smart because he's also been taught by Naruto in a couple of like months, in 3 months when Naruto met this kid. Shinkai is the new Kage of the what's it called? Well, not well. He is. He's actually age of 11, and that's why he's younger than Naruto. Now, of course, Shinkai is actually the height of what it called, being 5'4", for being an 11-year-old. Naruto, he is going to be a god, and that's why he kind of rules over the what's it called, the village and all that, like an actual god and all that, and he's actually shown to be the actual true kind of figure of what's called the darkness country, but the Yami Kage is just supposed to be not the true, but he's supposed to be like the public figure for anyone who wants to know about the darkness country. So Naruto can focus on about Ragnarok more than dealing with other people's bullshit. So yeah. Of course, Shinkai can handle himself. He is actually shown to be very powerful in water. And his water is actually a different color from the normal blue. A deep blue color of water style. Naruto is so amazing when it was called Shinkai. So that's why he was chosen to be the Kage. Now, of course, this is where Naruto is going to keep training him so he can be at Kage level. But he's only at Chunin level, being 11 years old. Now, Naruto is beyond Kage level. He is God level. Well, not truly at God level yet, but he's kind of at Kage level. Being genius, being incredible genius, but also being incredibly strong. Now, of course, this is where Naruto, he's also going to be training. Now, the, what's called? The Konoha is actually having Jonins. Of course, Team 7 is still what's called Maid and other things like that. Now, Team 7 contains of what's called Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke Haruno, and someone named, what's it called? This girl was named Umi Uchiha. Basically, she was kind of a half Uchiha, but half something else. Now, of course, she is in this team because Naruto was supposed to be on this team. Horusan actually predicted this, but did not make it. And he is saddened. It's been 5 fucking years, and Naruto is nowhere to be seen. Now, of course, there were some strange sightings of some kid with blonde hair but had orange highlights and having long, what's called, hair. That's what Horusan didn't mistake it as being Naruto because, yeah, he had orange highlights. Both Minato and Kushina didn't have orange highlights, so he didn't actually see anything connected to this kid with Naruto. So yeah. Of course, this is where, Horusan would have even thought the kid might have went to Konoha and tried to ask for himself. And of course, the kid never did that. He just went to buy some clothing, yeah. And never was seen again in Konoha in 5 months. When Horusan thought about it to go find the kid, he never found him. Also, when they heard about the bank, when they kind of went into the bank to kind of get the money of the Namikaze, of the Namikaze Uzumaki clan and all that, where Horusan kind of doing it, when he tries to kind of give it to his siblings because it was that time, because Naruto's dead and there's no heirs towards what's it called, the Namikaze Uzumaki, about $1.5 billion yen was gone. Yeah, Naruto took a lot. Now, this is where Naruto says. So yeah, he's laughing because he's still filthy rich. Now, of course, Naruto did take out any bandits that were near the following countries around him. Because, yeah, there's other countries around, what's it called, the darkness, village. And Naruto's thinking to expand his, what's it called, organization towards those countries to expand Ragnarok, to get stronger warriors, but yeah. Now, we go into, 5 months has already passed, and yes, the tuning sets are going to happen. While Naruto heard about him, but this is where Naruto thinks about it. He decides to put a squad of, just squad of what's it called, Genin, because he still has the rank of like Genin, Chunin, Jonin, and all that. And these Genins are actually level Chunin already. They are actually strong as fuck. And Naruto's thinking of sending them towards what they call, well, the village hidden in the leaves or the Chunin set, because yes, he did get a what they call a message about that. Because yes, the Darkness Nation, well, Darkness Country has grew to kind of have its own kind of like country status. Now, of course, this is where people wondering if they have a daimyo. And no, they don't have a daimyo. Naruto's a daimyo, but no one knows about that. So, Naruto actually disguised to be the new daimyo of the Darkness Country, so yeah. While the Hokage, well, not the Hokage, the Yamikage is Shinkai. And this is where, well, Naruto has a Jonin instructor. This Jonin instructor, he is specialized in using fire magic. Very powerful fire magic, but not as powerful as Naruto's. But of course, he is strong enough, and of course, he has his Genin squad. And of course, these Genins are actually almost close to being, well, kind of low Jonin rank, but also kind of Jonin rank at the same time. So, like, mid Jonin and low Jonin at the same time, but yeah. But of course, they are actually just Genin. And Naruto wants them to be powerful enough, so he can promote them later and skip the Chunin rank. Besides, he doesn't care. So, of course, this is where Naruto is, like, going to send this team into Konoha. This team is called, Naruto thought of and says this team will be what they call, hey Finro, what do you like to call them? Finro says, Finro. Naruto says, really? If you want to call them Finro, then let's do it. Naruto then was called them, this team was called Finro team. A team that was assigned to destroy any nation that showed that their village is strong as fuck. And of course, this is where the Genins, the little kids, actually nodded at Naruto, and even the Jonin instructor did bow down and says, yes, my lord. Naruto says, then go. Me and what's called the Yamikage will be there, and well, are kind of, well, shown to be different what's called, in our what's called positions. While Shinkai will be the Kage, I will be the daimyo. Just don't say my name, okay? This is where Naruto didn't tell them their name. Naruto didn't tell them that his name was Naruto. He told them to call him Loki. So yeah. Of course, they couldn't call him Ragnarok because that is something else, and he'd rather be called Loki. So yeah. He never told anyone about his name being originally being a Naruto. So yeah. So of course with that happening, they nodded and go towards the Leaf Country. Not Leaf Country, Fire Country. So Naruto says, Now, on to what I was going to do next. So, when that team will be going to Leaf Leaf Village. Of course, is where, well, Shinkai also did send a message saying that he will be putting, some Genin and also, a Genin squad in the Chunin exam. Of course, Hiruzen, he couldn't really deny that request, so he just allows him. For being a small country, he allows him because he allowed Sound Village. He also allowed Rain Village, so he couldn't really deny Darkness Country's request into putting his own Genin squad in it. But yeah. And of course, Hiruzen was okay with that. And of course, Shinkai also did request if he can be there in what's called the final Chunin exam because he wants to know if there's actually a final. Well, he didn't say that. And of course, that's what just said the message just about him sending a Genin squad. Of course, Hiruzen, he replied saying, yeah, sure. And of course, Shinkai got it and gave it to Naruto, and Naruto read about it and says, yeah, we will send them now. So where Shinkai says, so, older brother Loki, or not older brother Loki, he says, older brother Ragnarok. Naruto says, don't call me that in front of what's called the Hokage or anything like that. Sorry, older brother Loki. Would it be even a good idea to send any of our what's called ninjas to back me up? Naruto says, you're already strong enough on your own. And since we don't have that much people in this country, I have an idea. This is where Shinkai says, what is it? This is where Naruto says, I will go bring, well, I will try to bring more ninjas and other people into this country. Like higher ranking ninjas. What do you think? Besides, I can manage to make them bow down to us. Besides, they'll be getting paid pretty well, don't you think? Shinkai nodded. This is where Naruto says, good. I'll go deal with that. But I have something else to deal with. So Naruto goes to somewhere. He goes to a special cave that he was sensing. Sensing because of Finral's power that he was also sensing it. This is where both Finral and Naruto went to this cave. While the Genin Squad was going into the Genin Squad, Naruto went to this cave. And felt similar sealed magic into this cave. When Finral and Naruto went down. Naruto saw a cave and this giant boulder that had seals and all that. It still had a bunch of things. That's where Naruto did by his fingers and then throw blood into it because he knows what it has. It needs a blood seal and all that to show that it's a god. And of course, this is where the thing breaks. And when Finral and Naruto looks in, they see Naruto and Finral saw two wolves. Two kind of smaller looking wolves than what's called Finral himself. That's where Finral realized who these were. His children. One was white fur, but of course his eyes were closed. And another was black fur. But of course they seem to have sealing marks also. Naruto walks up to them and he sees his sealing marks. He grabs the chain that was on them because they also had sealing marks and all that. And Naruto just shatters it. He just grabs it and breaks it with his own power. This is where, the two wolves open their eyes immediately, wondering if those gods dare to come back and torture them or something, after sealing their father away. This is where both eyes open. And of course, one, the white wolf showed his eyes being a very silver color, but also have a lightish blue color into his eyes tinges, kind of glowing into the dark. And his brother, kind of shown to have what's called a red, but also golden tint eye color. So yeah, of course, both of them looked at Naruto, and right now showing their teeth. This is where Naruto says, calm down, my siblings, or not siblings, my cousins, calm down. This is where they say, cousins? We're not cousins, any human. Finral says, actually you are, dumbasses. This is where both of them, they kind of hear that voice, and they look up from Naruto, because they're looking at Naruto first, and they look up, and they see Finral. They say, Father? This is where Finral says, hello there, my two sons. Okay, so they kind of look like this, okay? So yeah, they look like this. But also at the same time, kind of this, their eye color being like that, okay? I just want to say it like that. The white one is called Skull, and the black one is called Hattie. So yeah. Or, was it the opposite? Oh shit, wait, let me remember. Yeah, the white one was called Skull, and the other one was called Hattie. And of course, they look at what's called Finral, and they say, Father, what happened to the gods? After you getting sealed, we were sealed also away. This is where Finral says, my two children, I am sorry for being kind of betrayed by the gods. So, Finral had both Hattie and Skull before he was sealed away. So, I'm going to say it like that, because I actually don't know the story between them, but yeah. But of course, they say, then why is this human telling that he is our cousin? This is what Finral says, because he is, you idiots. He is actually my father's descendant, child. And of course, that makes him your cousin. This is where both of them widen their eyes and they say, you mean Loki? You mean Loki, father? You mean grandfather? This is where, well, Finral says exactly. Now, be respectful to him. He is gonna be the one to bring Ragnarok upon this world. And of course, if the gods ever show up, we must destroy them, of course. You got that? That's where both of them nodded. That's where Naruto says, good. Then let's go back towards what's called, well, the country of darkness. This is where both of them kind of shrink down to kind of be a smaller wolves. And of course, is where, well, they go along with what's called their father, Finral and Naruto. But this is where I'm going to leave it off for part 2. Yes. Yes, this will be, well, what's called for part 2, the end. Part 3 will be whenever, but yeah. Other than that, the description, the links would be there, and yeah. But yeah, other than that, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and potato. Bye-bye.